First, I'm going to go over the SHBP portion, and then we'll go over the flexible benefits portion. Open enrollment this year is going to be from October the 19th at 12 o'clock through November the 6th at 11:59 p.m. This is going to be for State Health and GaBreeze. What do you need to do now before open enrollment begins is you need to locate your username and password for both websites, and you need to log in. If you're unable to locate your username or password, or if you're unable to just log in for any reason at all, then now is the time to contact them, and let's get that information so that you have it before open enrollment begins. I will provide contact information at the end of this, at the end of these slides, and this will also be broadcast at 2, and we will also post this recording on the website so that you can refer back to it. You should also read over all the enrollment summaries and decision guides to look over any changes that may be taking place in 2016. And of course, if you have any questions, then you can always email me or call me. So getting started with State Health, this will be the link that you go to enroll and make your elections. Again, the website will open at midnight on October the 19th, and it will run through 11:59 p.m. on November the 6th. They did make mention, everybody tries to wait until the last minute to make their election, so everybody's running in the last couple of days before open enrollment trying to make their elections, and with so many people trying to log in, it crashes their system. We definitely don't want that to happen on November the 6th at 11 o'clock at night when you're trying to make your elections, because I can't help you then. So please go in early and make your elections, and that way if you have a problem, we can get it fixed and we can get you in before the deadline of November the 6th at midnight. You can go in anytime during the open enrollment period and make your elections. And at the end of both, for your State Health and your GaBreeze, you'll get a confirmation number, confirmation page saying that everything went through successfully. For both of those, please print off that confirmation page, because if anything should happen during the year for any reason, if I need to help you get in contact with them, if we need to contact them for anything happens to your plan, whatever the case may be, then we can always refer back to that confirmation number and that confirmation page as proof that you did make your elections. These next 2 pages are actually in the decision guide for State Health, but I just wanted to pull them because they're so very important. This page gives you step-by-step, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step-by-step what you need to do to make your elections in the State Health benefit portal. Very important. You can read through all those. Again, it's in the decision guide. Here's a checklist of everything that you need to do for open enrollment for State Health. Did you verify your dependents? Did you verify that your coverage is correct? When you printed your confirmation page, is the plans that's listed, is that the plan that you actually chose? Did you answer the tobacco surcharge question correctly and appropriately? Did you confirm that you had clicked finish and that on the confirmation page it says completed successfully? And if you have any trouble at all, then make sure that you give me a call so I can help you get in. They also, on the website, they have cost calculators. They have all kind of little modules and comparison tools that you can compare each of the plans to. Again, all of this is in the decision guide. So again, what's your responsibilities? Make sure that you answer all the questions appropriately. Make sure that you look over all the materials and that you understand them and you're making a sound decision. And whenever your deductions for 2016 will begin in your December check. Whenever your December check rolls in, make sure the deductions that are on your pay statement reflects the decisions that you made during open enrollment. If you see that the price seems to be, or that the rate that's coming out seems to be a little too low or a little too high, then please let me know and we'll look into it to make sure that the correct deduction did roll across on the report. Also, whenever you locate your username and password and you log in, just to make sure that you can get in before open enrollment, look over your information, make sure your address is correct, your phone numbers is correct. If any of that needs to be changed, then please email me and let me know so that I can get that changed for you. And during the year, if you have a qualifying event, make sure that you contact SHBP so that they can update your plan and policy as well. What happens if you don't go in and make any elections during the during open enrollment for 2016? What's going to happen is the plans that you have now is going to roll over for 2016. So if you don't want to make any changes at all, you really don't have to do anything. However, it is good to just still go in and read the decision guides and see if any changes are happening. Your plan may be changing a little bit, and or something may have happened during the year where you don't need as much coverage, or whatever the case may be. It's still good to go in and make your choices for 2016. Don't just let them roll over. Our 2016 vendors have not changed. We still have Blue Cross Blue Shield, the Gold, Silver, Bronze plan, the Blue Cross Blue Shield HMO, the United Healthcare HMO, the United Healthcare, the High Deductible High Premium, and the Kaiser HMO. Some of the things that will be changing for 2016 is if you choose Blue Cross Blue Shield, they are actually going to start offering a telemedicine option where you can go to like a virtual visit over an app on your smartphone or tablet, or if you have like a webcam or something on your laptop or computer, then you can do a face-to-face consultation over that app rather than going to make a visit. Also, your wellness incentive credits that if you had any in 2015, they will roll over into 2016. Don't be alarmed if you don't see them roll over immediately. They will roll over in April, not immediately in January. So if you have any left over, they will roll over in April. And also the bariatric pilot, if you wanted to be a candidate for that, then you do need to submit your application as soon as possible, because they will only limit that again to 75 people. The HRAs, that's the gold, silver, and bronze plan through Blue Cross Blue Shield. Pretty much the same thing as it was last year. In the decision guide, it will lay out plan by plan, and it'll give you a comparison of each of the plans for how much deductible you may have for the year, or how much co-pays you may have for the year. And the plan will still pay 100% of the covered services for in-network providers that are still coded as preventative care. The United Healthcare, the High Deductible High Premium, same as it was this year. The premiums are a little bit lower, but you have a very high deductible through the year that you have to meet. This will also be laid out in the decision guide, plan by plan comparison, where you can see how it compares to the other plans. And again, this will cover 100% of the covered services for in-network providers that are properly coded as preventative care. The HMO for Blue Cross Blue Shield and United Healthcare. You can receive covered medical services for in-network providers only, except for emergency care. Same as it was last year. Again, just look at the decision guide to see if the deductible might have changed a little bit, and it will give you the plan-by-plan comparison. And this plan also covers 100% of covered services provided by in-network providers that are properly coded as preventative care. The Kaiser Permanente, same as it was this year, you have to live or work in one of the counties listed below in order to choose this option. And this plan has many of its providers that are in network are mainly around the Metro Atlanta service area, so you need to keep that in mind too. Our pharmacy is pretty much staying the same. Express Scripts will still continue to administer the prescription drug benefits for us. Not much has changed there. SHBP is still going to partner with our wellness vendor, HealthWays. Be on the lookout next year for a screening that we will do here, just like we did a couple months ago, where they came in and you take your blood pressure and prick your finger and just get your general numbers. This is how you get your credits that's going to roll over. And for each of those plans, it's laid out in the decision guide how you use those credits for whatever plan that you choose, because they are used differently. Here it shows you how you get your numbers. You go on to the HealthWays site and you take the well-being assessment. Then you get the screening. Then you go in and you log in your numbers, and you either are coached on the phone or you can have online coaching, and you can earn up to 480 credits. That is for you and your spouse as well. Now for Kaiser Permanente, they have a wellness, they have their own health or wellness program. You don't really get credits. What happens is you go in and you take, it's a 4-part series. After you complete that series, you'll receive a $240 gift card, and if your spouse does it as well, then they will also get a $240 gift card. Here's some important contact information that gives all the resources for Blue Cross Blue Shield, United HealthWays, Express Scripts. It lists their telephone numbers and their website. If you have very specific questions, it's best to call them, because they can tell you a better answer than I can for you. But if you need help with anything, please email me or call me, and I will try my best to get you in the right direction. Okay, this is what the page is going to look like whenever you log in to make your state health choices. This is the red circle area. This circle, this is where you'll click if you forget your username or your password. Again, if you're not able to get in, let's contact them now and get that information so that you can get in before open enrollment. This is the new rates for 2016. I know I haven't really compared it for all the plans, but from the plan that I have, Blue Cross Blue Shield HMO, it actually went down $4 or $5 for the month, which isn't a lot, but it's still cheaper. It didn't go up. This is a monthly plan, so you would take, this is a monthly rate. So you would take this amount and you would divide it by 2, and that's the amount that would come out of your paycheck per pay period. Here's some very important links. This is the link that you're going to go to for your 2016 SHBP decision guide. This has very important information in it. You really need to go in and read this. Here's the link to Team Georgia. It has the little tabs up at the top where you can click on like My Benefits, and it'll give you a whole list of contact information for everybody that you would need. And here's the link that you're going to click on to make your SHBP 2016 health elections. So if anybody has any questions about state health, we'll take those now. If not, we'll move on to flex benefits. Okay, let's move on to flex benefits. Our flex benefits, just as this year, is being serviced through GaBreeze. And here's we'll just talk about some of the changes that are going to be happening in 2016. For our flex spending account for the health care, not dependent care, only for the health care, it's being increased by $50 from $2,460 to $2,510, and the minimum amount that you can contribute for the year still remains at $120. They did make mention during the webinar that I attended that while you're making your elections in GaBreeze, do not choose a flex spending account for dependent care if you do not have a dependent. Cigna Dental, they mainly had providers around the metro Atlanta area. They have added these locations. It gives a little bit broader service area. The Delta Dental Select and the Delta Dental Select Plus plans will all have a 10% rate increase, but no plan changes. In 2015, only the Legal Select Plus plan had the identity theft defense and the debt collection defense. For 2016, those options will also be added to the Legal Select plan. And they made mention during the webinar that this plan will go up around 41 cents for 2016, not much. Our long-term care provider, Unum, will have an increase of 9.9%, but no plan changes. If you are to terminate or resign or just leave Advantage, what happens is they, or retire, whatever the case may be, once GaBreeze is made aware that you've left the agency, they will send you COBRA information through the mail. Something that is changing for 2016 is whenever you're sent the COBRA information, you have 30 days to make your elections. If you're going to take the plans that you have now, if you're going to take those with you whenever you leave, if you're going to pay for them out of pocket. The only thing that's changing with that in 2016 is for the long-term disability coverage. Instead of having 30 days to make that decision, you now have 45 days to make that decision. Okay, so what do you need to do now before open enrollment? Again, please go online as soon as possible with your username and password and make sure that you're able to get in. If not, then let's contact them and let's make sure that we can get you in before open enrollment. Whenever you are able to log in, again, check over your information, make sure that it's correct, and if you don't have an email address listed, please list one so that they can contact you easier. Whenever you have made all your choices, you will also receive a confirmation page just like State Health. It has completed successfully at the top. Please print that page off, again, in case something happens during the year. If once deductions roll across on the report, if one's not shown correctly, then we have that page that we can refer back to whenever we contact GaBreeze and State Health, that we can show that that's the elections that you've made. So make sure you print off that confirmation page. And here's some contact information for GaBreeze. This is the GaBreeze website. This is where you're going to go to try log in, and where you go to make your elections. Here's their contact information if you're unable to get in or if you need to ask them a question. And also on the Team Georgia website, they are adding a link at the top where it says like My Benefits, My Discounts, you know, the tabs up at the top. They're adding a tab that says Flexible Benefits. I'm not sure if they've added that yet, but that is coming. They made mention of it yesterday in the webinar. Here are the rates for the 2016 flexible benefits, and I am going to just scroll through these briefly. This webinar is going to be listed on the website so that you can refer back to it, and I'm also going to be making site visits where I'll have this information as well, and you can also email me, and I can email you these. I'll have all kind of information out there. They said that they had to make one little change in the decision guide, but the decision guide will be available on the GaBreeze website by December the 13th. They said by next Tuesday they'll have that decision guide up. While I'm clicking through these rate summaries, I made a couple notes during the webinar yesterday, and I am going to just go over a couple more little points for flexible benefits. If you're planning on retiring in 2016 and you have a retirement date set as January the 1st, but you do not have dental coverage now, and you say you're thinking, okay, well, I'll elect dental coverage during open enrollment so that I can carry that plan with me whenever I retire. You're going to have to push your retirement date up a little bit or back a little bit to February the 1st. You have to work at least 30 days into the plan year in order to take that plan with you. If you already have dental coverage, then there's no problem. The only problem is that when you're setting up a new plan during an open enrollment, you have to work 30 days into that plan year in order to take that coverage with you. So it's still no problem. You can still retire. You just have to push your retirement date back 30 days in order to take that plan with you. Same way with the state health. If you do not go in during open enrollment and you do not make any elections, the plans that you have now will all roll over, except for your flex spending accounts. If you have flex spending accounts and you want those to roll over, then you must go in during open enrollment, and you must select those policies, and you must set your goal for the year. Now, in setting up the goal for your flex spending accounts, make sure that whenever you input that information that it says yearly goal, not monthly goal. Because say for instance, you want to make an $800 contribution to your flex spending account for the year. If it has monthly on there, it's going to pull across on the deduction report for me to take $800 out of your check per month, not per year. So whenever you get your first check, you're going to be very upset with me. But so you really must make sure that it says a yearly goal, not a monthly goal. Does anybody have any questions about the flex spending? All right, great. Again, I'll hold another webinar at 2 o'clock. This webinar was recorded and it will be put on the ABHS website. And if you have any questions or concerns and you think of them later, then please call me or email me, and I'll help you get in contact with the person that you need to get in contact with. And I am going to briefly take this back here to the important links. And if you would like this information now, please just send me an email, and I'll go ahead and email these to you as well. And here's GaBreeze. All right, and if there's no questions, I'm going to end the meeting.